I sit and cry during the whole presentation because you see these people that a lot of them have had a hard luck story, and thanks to distance education, they were able to earn a degree, earn a certificate, and improve not only their lives, but most of them talk about how it's improved the lives of their children.
Distance education for people like me that married.
I wanted a very comprehensive program to help me with my students.
There's no time in the day for it.
One of the really neat things that DETC does every year is an outstanding graduate program, and the graduates are celebrated every April at our conference, and they come and they share their stories, and you get to learn that your programs really helped somebody make a really positive change in their life.
I really started doing most of my courses in 2007, 2008, once I could do everything online, and from there on deployments that were great just because it would keep you busy and it also keep you learning new things.
Going to a normal school, you have the opportunity to go into your regular scheduled classes. They tell you where to go and where to sit, but in my experience, I found that you have a lot of opportunity and not a lot of responsibility to pay attention, to take the notes, to understand how to study.
We had met an individual who was paralyzed from the neck down, and he contacted us curious about our online program. And we weren't really sure if, even though it's distance learning and it can be done from home, we weren't really sure if it's possible without the use of any of your limbs. So my father and I, we drove 6 hours to see this individual, and we essentially assessed if he could be a part of the program successfully. Long story short, he completed the program, and he's a website designer now, and he teaches children in his same position how to be able to further themselves academically with the use of technology now.
My parents were both actually high school dropouts that never went back and did anything, and they never pushed education on my brother or I, either one. And looking back on it now, it's very disheartening to know that I had to live through that, and becoming a college graduate now has really made a difference in the way that I look at life. And unfortunately for my children, they are pushed for education. So, but I hope that they don't have to struggle in the workforce like I did.
I've talked to several other people that were able to use the DETC membership or the DETC school as an opportunity to finish their degree, where they've been, married, or they had to go back to school, had a family, and the flexibility that the school offered them. And then I have others that I've talked to where, it's made a difference in their life in getting a job and moving up within their company.
Right now, coming from Southern California, I'm sure you probably read, as most people have, about the severe budget problem we have. And that's greatly impacted state schools to the point where people have to wait and maybe never get into classes because of the layoffs as far as teachers and professors, which means more students cramped into a very large classroom. The learning may not be as desirable as it was, say, maybe 10 years ago. So I would say also the bad thing about state school systems is they don't have a lot of financing programs like a lot of the DETC schools have. And so I would say if anyone's shut out of the state higher education system, move forward and get into one of the distance learning schools where you could make payments of $100 a month, and you don't even feel it.